guys, and welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter Try. This time we have returned back to Moga Village, and we defeated the Great Jaggy for the first time. So now, they are going to talk, Junior's going to talk to us, that the Great Jaggy, it's not going to show up on the Moga forecast yet, but now, the Great Jaggy can show up in the Moga Woods, so we can fight him there on a free hunt, if we want to. We also got another village request for the farm to improve it, which is pretty good. It'd be the herbivore breeding, we need some supersized dung, which we can get from the herbivore breeding. Because of that, because I looked at the forecast and it said that it would be up on the next day, we're going to not sleep today and just go right into the next fight. So you guys actually get to see another nighttime mission, probably one of the last until we get to online, because I can't control it there. Always check whether your not casts, your everything can be, check what's done in the Moga Village, I should say. And yeah, we're having a bit of a problem of getting quite enough fish finders, but a couple missions from now that will be completely negated. Now, I said that you can fight the Great Jaggy in the Moga Woods. That works a little bit differently than what you would think. It doesn't work quite like a quest mission, where you don't get any quest rewards or anything, so it doesn't matter if you break anything for the big monster in the woods. But you can get the, as we saw with the Argo Sea Captain, one of his options is the rare trade, which you can get a rare commodity from him. For the Great Jaggy, it would be the Great Jaggy's skull. I don't think it's called the Great Jaggy's skull, I think it's called like a giant skull or something like that. Which a couple other monsters that you can fight in the Moga Woods you can also get there. But that is a 1-star commodity, which you can trade for a 1-star commodity that the Argo Sea Captain has. So there is a point to fighting the monsters in the Moga Woods. Right now I'm just looking up, debating, and deciding on what actually I should try, because neither of my usual combo of a meat and a drink are fresh today. The fresh, if I haven't explained it before, gives you a boost on, or a boosted chance on getting the skills that you are looking at. So say, I think I'm gonna go with a double grain, if I remember right, or a double veggie. One of the two. Guess I was debating for a while. So yeah. So like, I went sharpshooter. That'd probably be a very good idea, since it gives a boost to normal shots. And since I did 2 fresh, got groomer and I got charisma, but I didn't get sharpshooter. But I got 2 other skills, so that's pretty good. You do have a chance of getting no skills. But after every big monster hunt that you get, you also get a capture quest, which the Guild Sweetheart is now talking about, which a capture quest is a little bit different of a quest, in that on a hunt quest you can either kill the monster or capture it. It doesn't matter. But in a capture quest, which is a new addition to Monster Hunter through Try, where you have to capture the monster or it doesn't count. Now these missions actually have a special thing to them in the game, why it kind of makes sense that you can do it this way, but it's just kind of a different type of thing to get used to. Try also introduces this this skill here called Perception, which is essentially, I think they introduced it because they introduced the capture quests as well. If I am remembering correctly, not if I'm remembering correctly, if I know correctly, they did not have Perception before. Perception at max will give you a skill called Capture Guru, which will allow you, if you paint the monster, or if you have like Psychic or something like that as a skill. Actually, I don't think Psychic is the necessary, is the skill name. It's the skill points that you get. But if you either paint it or have that skill, then with Perception, you can tell when the monster is weak and ready for capture, which is a pretty handy thing if you're going to capture him, because then you won't mess up. There you go. This is why you have armor skills and combinations of armor. That's one thing for everybody that's fairly new to the Monster Hunter genre of gaming. Learn how to do armor skills. I know it's online, not to be kind of mean to anybody that would be classified as a noob or a newbie, but you are very easy to call out sometimes because you have an assortment of different armors on that have no skills on them, but they just have the highest defense that you can get, basically. I know that's how some people play. It's not the best way, best way to play Monster Hunter. Having specific skills is a lot better than having an increased amount of armor. That's one thing you can tell how gunners are very good on online most of the time, and they have less armor than the Blade Masters. Why is that? Because they can dodge or anything like that, and they have better skills. Now the Guild Sweetheart's kind of going into how to capture monsters, and I don't really need to read this, but you guys can all read that. I hope the widescreen format did not stretch that too much that you can't read it. I'm sure that it's alright, though. Alright. Now, as I said last time, me just showing off that the, that the barrel that I have, I think it's the barrel, gives you rapid fire for, normal shot too, which is actually fairly handy. As I said before on the last episode, where we fought the Great Jaggy, I said I would explain how the ammos work for the gun, or for the bowguns that we've used used right now, and any ones that we've picked up. So to start this off, I'm going to pull up a page for bowgun stuff, just to make sure I can get my facts straight. I know I'm being kind of quiet, but that's because we've kind of seen this part of the fight before. The boost that, or the gun that I am using is a light bowgun, which is very different to the heavy bowgun that I was using before. wasn't really using recoil, or wasn't using a rapid shot type thing. The recoil I could probably, which would put in a lot of type of rain. What am I talking about? Recoil puts a lot of, or the rapid fire puts a lot of recoil on it. Normally the light bowgun can scoot to each side after each shot, basically, which I do every so often. But this gun also rapid fires, at least I think so. Pellet shot level 1, which is pretty good. That would be a cluster shot, if anybody did not know that already. One of the great Jaggies, one of the things I like to do is use the pellet shot to kind of clear away his followers. He's one of the one monsters that has them a lot, which gets me quite a bit annoyed. Anyway, to go into specific how each hit works, or how each ammo type works that we use. Normal shot is there are several shots that are affected by range. The normal shots are. I'll just go into the ones that we have had before. The normal shots are affected by range, and the crag shots are affected by range so far that we've gotten into. Now this is only in that. For the crag shot, works essentially the same as the normal shot in its range. That's because when it hits, it does a slight bit of damage that way. It does not have the range that you shoot it as does not matter at all at the for the explosive damage. The explosive damage is a set damage on everything. A set damage that is not affected by defense or anything like that. It is just a set amount of damage. The normal shots are affected by range in that you are. They get so much of a boost from a sorted amount of range, or amount of the most of the guides that you'll look at in for bowgun stuff use rolls, standard rolls that you go with. So you get a difference to the shots. If you're between 0 to 1 rolls away for the normal shot level 2, or not 0 to 1, 0 to 4 rolls away for the normal shot level 2, you get a 1.1 boost to it. I think it's a boost. It is a boost, right? Yeah, it's a modifier. 5 to 6, you get a 1.0, and then they start getting weaker as the farther you get away from that. So the normal shot. Why I only say normal shot level 2, because normal shot level 1 is not very powerful at all. Normal shot level 3, which we'll get into later, is almost practically useless except for on the bigger monsters. But normal shot level 2 is actually your pretty standard shot. And actually fairly strong as long as you're super close. Crag shots have the same basic thing. It's the crag shots get a 1.1 boost or a 1.5 boost if you're between 3 to 5 shots when you shoot it. That's just the impact damage of it. That's not the explosion damage. And then it gets weaker and less the closer and the farther away you are for the crag shot. Let's see. Pellet shot. We've seen it before. I love using pellet shot. Pellet shot level 1 has 3 hits in it to any given monster within a range. Pellet shot level 2 has 4. Pellet shot level 3 has 5. And it's just how many shots with that. Let's see, what other things have we got? We picked up Flaming Shot. Now, there's a bunch of different elemental shots to go with each of the elemental damages, as you can probably guess. The Flaming Shot basically operates like... or each of them have a different characteristic. The Flaming Shot basically works as the normal shot. It does the damage directly to where it hits, and to what it hits. I guess I'll just go into the other shots. Thunder, Freeze, and Water all behave like Pierce Shot level 1, which we haven't gotten into yet, which I'll probably go over pretty soon, because we'll be using it often. Dragon Shot, which we won't see very much at all, behaves very, very weirdly and behaves as its own. Now, none of the elemental shots are affected by range at all. I mean, besides how far they go, but they aren't affected by... They don't have a modifier to their damage to how far they're going, or how far they are. Their damage does scale with the power of your gun, though, so that's one thing to keep in mind. And, as you saw there, the little thing was flashing on the map for the Great Jaggy. That tells you when it's ready to be captured. So we have captured one Jaggy, and the capture quests are normally, once you complete them, are normally where you unlock the arena battles that you get on the beginning screen. Which, actually, if you think about it, makes sense. Because you're capturing the monster, and then you're bringing it in to fight. That makes sense. You do that for, like, almost every other monster. You won't ever see the screen that you've got that, because I've already unlocked most of them, if not all of them. But with that, the village chief has a little thing to talk to us about. I'm going to continue to talk, not about the video really much at all, and just go out with my outro. Pretty much. I'm Zachary Chelkum. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Game Anyone on YouTube if you haven't already. They're very good sites. You know that for YouTube. Possibly not for Game Anyone. You may not know that already. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and have fun gaming. See ya!